Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we're taking a look at the DX Progrise Hopper Blade from Kamen Rider 01. As you can see, metal cluster hopper featured very prominently on the side. If you're not familiar with the show or you haven't been watching, I guess minor spoilers, but just to give you some context of where this is coming from, the metal cluster hopper key was created by Thouser and kind of given to him, and it made him go into kind of a chaotic state and he couldn't control it. So all of the Humagears came together and created this blade to have him use with the form because it kind of gives him mastery over the metal cluster hopper form. So that's what's going on in the show with this thing. It's kind of neat though. I like how it looks like they opened up a Progrise key and turned it into a sword. I kind of wish it could collapse back into a Progrise key, even if it was like a, larger than normal size key. I think that would be cool. I understand why it doesn't happen, because it would be way too intricate to do that and still have all the sounds and everything that this thing has, but would have been neat. Packaging, very cool. Obviously, sword featured very prominently here on the front. There you have the sword and some of the caution warning things going on over here. Just a picture of the sword on that side. Here's a picture of Metal Cluster Hopper with the sword on this side. And then up here, you can see where it connects to the attached caliber, which is really cool. We'll take a look at that a little bit later on. Another metal cluster hopper pick up there. And then this just kind of shows you how to use it. Really, you don't even, the instructions inside, this tells you everything you need to know. These 4 panels right here. The only thing that is in the instructions that's not right here is how to replace the batteries if you have to. I think you guys can figure it out. Any case, we'll go ahead, we'll get this out of the box, we'll take a closer look. So here it is out of the packaging, and I'm sure this is going to make my lighting go all kinds of crazy nuts because it is a very bright fluorescent yellow. Pretty much the entire toy, with the exception of the blue plastic for the blade. It is a little bit flimsy at the tip, so kids don't hurt themselves. It's no, I guess I'll say it's a little bit more solid down here, but it's still pretty soft plastic throughout. But I still think it looks good. The blue and the fluorescent yellow look pretty cool. Some silver here for the trigger. I really like this. You have a little grasshopper in here that when you move the blade, it makes the legs kick. That's just kind of hilarious to me. Here is where you pull the tab out. The batteries are included. It's 3 little watch batteries in there, so you don't have to supply your own, which is nice. Speakers right here. On and off switch right here. To me, this is a big deal because most of the time when you have something where you have to pull the tab out, there's not an on and off switch. So I appreciate that, the batteries were included, but you can still turn it off if you want. Very nice in that regard. Otherwise, we'll flip this around so you can see the Progrise Hopper Blade Ability Ultimate Strash. I don't know. I'm assuming slash, but if it was S-R-A-S-H, I would be like, okay, they just don't have L's, but there's a T in there for some reason, so I don't know. It's like Ultimate Trash. But it's not, because it's fun, so I don't know what's going on. In any case, we'll go ahead, we'll turn this on.
Changing to Lethal Weapon, Progrise Hopper Blade.
So it's changing to Ultimate Weapon, so there you go. If you pull the trigger, you can see there's an LED in there. You get that sound effect, you get the legs and the head bucking forward, that's all pretty fun. If you press this a whole bunch of times, so it says Progrise, Rise, finishing slash, which I think that's a hidden sound because I don't think the directions really tell you anything about that. I kind of just found it by accident. So there you go. It's pretty fun. Finish Rise, my bad. I transposed the phrases there. I said Progrise Rise. It's Finish Rise, Progrising slash. In any case, pretty cool. I like it. It's definitely crazy fluorescent yellow. It does seem short, but honestly, like my hand fits in there kind of decently. For a little kid, it's going to fit very easily. But I feel like it's just as long as anything else. Like if I bring in the attached caliber real quick, they're basically the same length for the most part. So I feel like it's pretty much on par with most Japanese sword roleplay toys. So I can't fault it for that. All in all, I think it's pretty fun. Alright, so we do have some functionality here with the 01 driver with the metal cluster hopper Progrise key inserted. You're going to line up this arrow on the back with the blue arrow here on the key. So you get Final Rise and Final Strash, which is pretty cool. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, the key's not doing it. That's what it tells you on the directions to line up the two arrows. But if we take this out, okay, apparently it didn't want to do so. There we go. Sometimes mine sticks like that, I don't know why. But if we just put this off to the side, it's really the magnet in the driver that's doing it. So if you have just the driver, you could take this. So you don't have to have the metal cluster hopper Progrise key. It's just that, you know, on the show he has it inserted, so they tell you to have it inserted as well. But you don't have to. You just need the magnet from the driver to get that sound out of it. Alright, next up we're going to check out the Attach caliber. So I'll go ahead and turn this on. So you're going to take this and insert it in here. I mean, this thing is crazy long. With these two together, it's a nice size. Like, honestly, I can't even keep it in frame all at the same time. I would guess it's probably at least 2 feet long altogether. It's pretty neat. Now, at this point, you can press the trigger over here. Doesn't set anything off in this because it doesn't have buttons on the end like a Progrise key would. If you hit the trigger, you get Gigant Strash. So we have a lot of different Strashes up to this point. So now we add Gigant Strash into the mix. What you can also do, if you bring in the driver again, and you match up the magnet, so if you have it inserted, you get Gigant Strash. If you then use the magnet, you get Ultimate. So Fine, Gigant, Ultimate, Progrise. There's so many different Strashes, you don't even know. But the cool thing about this is, while they are inserted, this really doesn't make any sounds come out of this. Just being inserted into this changes what sounds you get out of this. But what you could do So you can set them off at the same time. They're independent of each other, and it just makes a big old mess of sound that's kind of fun. Otherwise, that's pretty much it for this. You can go ahead, hit the button, and then this should pop out. It's a little hard to do one-handed. There we go. But yeah, they definitely work really well together. Colors match up. And the thing is really impressive when they're connected. It's, like I said, it's got to be at least 2 feet long. I actually think this thing is pretty fun. When the pictures of it first came out, I thought it looked kind of dinky, and I thought it was going to be kind of dumb. But I actually kind of love it. I mean, first of all, it's crazy, bright, fluorescent yellow. That's just always a good time. I don't know why, it just is. I love the little silver grasshopper inside that moves its legs and bucks forward when you use the trigger. I think that's hilarious. All the sound effects you gotta get out of it are really cool. Connecting it to the attached caliber is awesome. It gives you a really awesome double-bladed weapon that's an impressive length, which for Japanese roleplay toys is not something you come across every day. But yeah, I just think there's a lot of fun to be had here. Now, would I buy this on its own without any of the other toys already being in my collection? Maybe. It's not crazy expensive. I think I got this on HLJ. It was around 25 or something like that before shipping, so it's not ridiculous. But if you have the other toys, then I would say it 100% makes it worth it, because if you have the attached caliber and the driver, you don't need the metal cluster Progrise key, metal cluster hopper rather, but you know, it helps create the illusion that you're role playing like on the show. But really, you just need the driver, because that's what has the magnet that hits this thing to make it give you the different sounds and everything. So as long as you have the 01 driver and the attached caliber, then I say definitely pick this up, because I think it's really cool, very compatible with those, and they really enhance the toy to give it really a decent amount of sounds. I mean, you have the normal slash sound, the sound from pulling the trigger a bunch of times, you have the sound of using it with the driver, you have the sound of connecting it to the attached caliber, and then you have the sound of it on the driver with the attached caliber. So that's pretty good. I mean, that coupled with the cool little action in here, just kind of being visually impressive when connected to the attached caliber, all that together I think just makes for a pretty fun toy. So I'd say, I mean, one, I think kids will 100% love it. I think even for collectors, it's pretty fun to mess around with. So that's going to do it for this one, but I definitely say check it out. I mean, you could wait for a sale, you know, that never hurts, but I think it's worth paying full retail for, because it's really not that expensive. But like I said, that's going to do it for this one. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.